Welcome back to Zenlight, where ancient wisdom shines to guide our modern lives. Today we dive into one of the most famous Buddhist parables, the story of the blind men and the elephant. This simple yet profound tale teaches us about perception, truth, and why clinging to only what we know can blind us from deeper understanding. Long ago, in a small village in India, the people had never seen an elephant before. To them, the idea of such a large creature was only a rumor. One day, a traveling king arrived, leading a grand procession with his soldiers, horses, and at the very front, an enormous elephant. The villagers gasped in amazement. They had heard of elephants, but never had their eyes rested upon one. Among these villagers were 6 blind men. Though they could not see, they were eager to know what this majestic animal looked like. So, with permission, they approached the elephant, each determined to discover its true nature. The first blind man reached out and touched the elephant's side. He exclaimed, "Ah! The elephant is like a wall, broad, tall, and immovable." The second touched the tusk and shouted, "No, you are wrong. The elephant is like a spear, sharp and hard." The third felt the trunk swinging slowly before him. He laughed, "Not at all. The elephant is like a snake, long and flexible." The fourth reached for the leg, firmly grounded on the earth. He declared, "Surely the elephant is like a tree trunk, thick, sturdy, and strong." The fifth touched the ear and smiled, "No, my friends, the elephant is like a fan, wide and thin, moving gently in the wind." The sixth held onto the tail and said, "You are all mistaken. The elephant is like a rope, thin and coarse." The blind men began to argue fiercely. "Wall?" shouted one. "Spear," argued another. "No, it's a snake," insisted the third. Back and forth they quarreled, each convinced of his truth, each certain that the others were foolish. Their voices grew louder until the king, disturbed by the noise, approached. He listened carefully to their heated argument. Then he smiled gently and said, "You are all correct, yet you are all mistaken. Each of you touched only a part of the elephant. None of you grasped the whole." Later, the Buddha used this story to teach his disciples. He explained, "People often cling to partial truths, believing their perspective is complete. But just as the blind men argued, humans quarrel over beliefs, forgetting that reality is vast and cannot be fully grasped by one person alone. This parable reminds us of humility. What we see, hear, or feel is only a fragment of truth. To grow in wisdom, we must be open to listening, learning, and embracing the possibility that others may hold pieces of the puzzle we cannot yet see. In our own lives, how often do we argue over who is right, forgetting that each person carries their own experience, their own perspective? The elephant reminds us, truth is greater than any single view. So, dear listener, the next time you find yourself in disagreement, remember the blind men and the elephant. Ask yourself, am I holding just the tusk while another holds the ear? Through compassion, patience, and openness, we can move beyond partial truths and begin to see the whole. This is the path of wisdom, not clinging to one narrow view, but opening to the vastness of life. Thank you for joining Zenlight in today's journey of wisdom. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who may need its lesson. And don't forget to subscribe for more timeless Buddhist parables that bring peace and clarity to everyday life. Until next time, may you walk with open eyes, an open heart, and a spirit ready to embrace the whole elephant of truth.